Okay, thank you, Dr. Pizzocchero, thank you everybody to be here after, for some of you, a long trip. And as Dr. Pizzocchero said, the program is very intense, but I strongly believe in learning having fun. So my wish is that you will have fun today, learning something new, something really very interesting about physiological regulating medicine and low-dose pharmacology. The program of the 2 days has changed a little because tomorrow was in the program Dr. Lupardini speaking about psychiatry, but he had a problem and he is not able to reach Milan, so Dr. Passafaro, who will speak this afternoon about gynecology, will extend his part focusing on hypofertility tomorrow. And tomorrow I will keep on going on this topic of today. So a little change. Anyway, you have in your syllabus the slides of Dr. Lupardini about psychiatry. Anyway, it will be a chance to come to Milan once again to listen to Dr. Lupardini. This is the menu of today. As you can see, it's very intense, as I told you. And since some of you are already into the matter, but maybe some other know, I want just to wrap up in 15 minutes the basis to better understand the action mechanism of our medications. And since we are focusing especially on inflammation, as we say, mother of all the diseases, through this matter we will make a picture of the basis of PRN. And especially, this is the future, we have invested a lot in research, and some researches are really very new. And I'm very happy to share with you the results of all this big work. Especially, we have many publications in oncology, especially in early stage colorectal carcinoma. We are involved with a study which is ongoing on fibromyalgia. Very recent, the results on hand and knee osteoarthritis, especially erosive osteoarthritis of hand. What I did, maybe I have to touch it. Ah, okay, perfect, I didn't know. Okay, gout, okay, where we don't have any treatment. Yes, we have colchicine and allopurinol, but side effects are very severe, and the results with that treatment, it's not so nice. Recurrent respiratory infections, so for all the pediatricians, I will show you the results of our preclinical research, psoriasis and vitiligo. And yesterday I was in Rome at the Policlinico Gemelli, which is a big university in Rome, connected to the Vatican, where the Pope goes to be visited, just to understand, because with them we are performing a preclinical, and very soon we will start with the clinical trial on endometriosis, with a very nice concept that is the overlapping between conventional treatment, progesterone 2.5 milligram, plus our medications to reduce the administration of progesterone from 2.5 milligram to 1.25 milligram, and this is a big result. And I will show you some of the preclinical data that are very interesting in terms of management of the low-grade chronic inflammation that we always observe in this disease. So we have a lot of things to see, to do. Maybe some of them we will see tomorrow. As Dr. Pizzocchero told you, in the last 10 years we have invested a lot of energy, both intellectual and financial, in research. And today we can offer to the scientific community 16 plus 2 preclinical studies or clinical trial. Why plus 2? Because today is Thursday. On Monday, I have been informed that 2 papers have been accepted and are in press. One on rheumatoid arthritis, a clinical trial, and another about the wound healing with low dose of acetylcholine. So I already prepared 16. Yesterday I had plus 2 to be very updated. As always in science we have to be. Beside the preclinical and clinical trials, PRM is becoming very known by the community, by the scientific community, and sometimes we are surprised to know that someone performed an overview or a meta-analysis or something like speaking about what is happening in the field of low-dose medicine. So, beside the preclinical and clinical trials, we also have over 20 overviews and reviews, all of them published in index magazines, obviously. These are just to have an idea, a chromatic idea of the publication we have and which are the journals. Obviously, they are peer-reviewed journals, indexed and impact journals. Some of them with a very interesting impact factor. I'm very affective related to the first one, 2009, Pulmonary Pharmacology and Therapeutics, about the use of interleukin-12 and gamma interferon in an animal model of allergic asthma. We spent over 2 years to be published, but since this paper has been published on a so important journal, all the other ones were but much easier, because we had the first reference about something crazy, that is the use of a substance below the minimal effective pharmacological dose. That is our concentration of active principles. In terms of oncology, we will speak today about that. 3 publications: International Immunopharmacology, about the use of gamma interferon in early stage colorectal carcinoma. Translational oncology, this is very recent. It's a very complete study I will show to you about the sequential use of interleukin-4 and interleukin-12 enhancing the activity of antigen-presenting cells, dendritic cells. That means increasing the immune response in early stage colorectal carcinoma. This is the continuation of this one. Journal of Cancer Therapy, the use of interleukin-12 in lung carcinoma non-small cells. But interesting also gastroenterology research. One of the paper I love more about the use of interleukin-10 and anti-interleukin-1 in a model of IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, especially in that case it was a Crohn. Then, you know, we focus our attention on dermatology and Journal of Biological Regulators, Dermatologic Science, again, Journal of Biological Regulators, and this is a very important German magazine, Der Hautarzt, about psoriasis and vitiligo. And they are very complete studies, because both for psoriasis vulgaris and vitiligo, they are preclinical and clinical. And when for vitiligo you can show a repigmentation between 74 and 90% of the surface, that's really a very important goal. and so on. Other few weeks ago, even this magazine, that is a veterinary magazine, about the use of interleukin-12 and gamma interferon in feline herpes virus. No cure for those poor cats. 100% of positive results. So really, we have a big critical mass of journals nowadays, and this is the reason why now we are accepted into the universities. We are performing second-level masters in 3 Italian universities: Rome, Verona, and once again in another university in Rome. So really, since this is my life, 24 hours a day, 365 days per year, I can tell you that just 10 years ago, that was crazy to think to be inside of the universities. It means that something is changing in the medical paradigm, and we are under the spotlight of the scientific community, and we are very happy for that. I think that the big impulse to be finally considered has become from these publications. In your syllabus, you have all the details of our studies already published in the yellow ones, according to the here, submitted papers. Look, this is one of those +2. Migliore Alberto, who is a very famous rheumatologist of the Rome University. We have been just published, we are impressed, treatment of rheumatoid arthritis with anti-interleukin-1, interleukin-10 and interleukin-4. And we are speaking about rheumatoid arthritis. Even in this case, a very smart approach, that is the overlapping of therapy. The clinical trial design was that the patients were under biological medications, anti-TNF-alpha. You know that after 4 or 6 months of infliximab, you have to stop the therapy, and to keep low the activity of disease, you must provide to the patient with medications that are DMARDs. But the side effects of these DMARDs can be very strong. So one branch was treated with DMARDs, the other branch was treated with low-dose cytokines. In terms of not inferiority of the treatment, we reach the primary endpoint. And in terms of absolute values, the treatment with the low-dose cytokines was better than DMARDs. So that's a huge result. And this is a very nice approach, the overlapping, because we know very well that when you have a not early stage but advanced stage of rheumatoid arthritis, unfortunately you have to use some allopathic medications. But it's nice, the overlapping. And thanks to the overlapping, a lot of universities are considering us, because we are not integralists. No? You know, this is important also to promote in your country this new concept of integrated medicine. We have some research ongoing and also in pipeline. So really, it's a big, big effort. The 16 preclinical studies and the 20 overviews and reviews. These are just some of them. For people like me involved in pharmacology, this is something huge. Expert opinion on pharmacotherapy is something like the Bible for everybody who is involved in pharmacology. Well, the editor of Expert Opinion on Pharmacotherapy published an overview on the studies with low-dose cytokines for